Rings. Yeah. For the expert at manifesting things you never wanted or never thought you'd ever manifest, it doesn't usually go the way you think. Yeah, not to say it's a bad direction, just it's not the direction I thought things were gonna go. So of course, even this whole channeling situation, I never saw this coming. So just take it and go with it, right? So I'm kind of cryptic about all that, but yeah, behind the scenes, things are just very unusual. We'll see how things. Well, if you're there to succeed, you will succeed. So yeah, for this, what I'm doing here, this will continue for now. The creative channel I have, the music channel, that's gonna be. I got no time for that right now. I have stuff made up for it, but I don't have the energy to upload it. I'm so freaking worn out. We'll see. Maybe this weekend I'll put something there. But yeah, things have been pulling in so many different directions. We'll see. Pull a rabbit out of my hat, basically. Yeah. So the topic of today is always I've seen more of it recently. It's not something that I mean I've seen some bizarre. I mean I've seen souls that have sold themselves out like just. I guess they just don't think anything of themselves, so they just sell themselves out and now they're like in bed with a demonic being for the rest of their incarnation. Yeah. And then they complain about the relationships that they're in and all that. It's like, okay, whatever. Yeah. It's all part of the victim mentality there. But yeah. It doesn't have to be rock stars that sell themselves out. It can be anybody. Well, it's like, I guess you can say, well, there's different ways of looking at it. Yeah, some sell themselves out for their looks, for intelligence, you name it. You know, it's like, you see that all the time. Like, was it Bob Dylan bragged about himself? Bragged about it, selling himself to the devil and all that, so. Yeah, I guess the grass is greener for some, but they don't want to try. They don't want to go through the challenges. It just, but then again, that's pretty challenging too. So, whatever. So, anyway, so yeah, I think I've been talking about this before, but I've been seeing more of a soul hijacking. It's like souls are bouncing around like ping pong balls. Like, yeah, it's like a continuation from what Tuesday, basically, those that just don't think anything of themselves. And they're not strong. It doesn't mean they're not strong enough or they just don't want to fight. But there's like, yeah, like the Agent Smith, an Agent Smith can, like somebody that could be a relative, friend, and then all of a sudden there's somebody else. Like an Agent Smith, we'll just use that for example, which is a good example. Or a demonic being. I would say it could be anything, really. It could be an alien, a demonic. I think demonics are more of them doing it, but it could be a reptilian, whatever. That's so messed up. Not that they would identify themselves. Of course, you never know, I guess. But yeah, and now you're talking to somebody else. I've talked about this stuff in the past, here and there. Actually, the movie Howard the Duck. Say what you want about it, is fucked up. it's it's a huge flop when it came out, but it has a lot of stuff in there. You know, it has an alien duck planet. It has like duck nudity. It has a freaking duck making out with a fucking human. You know, so I guess that's the first Disney princess because that is a Marvel movie, which is absolutely hilarious. And then you have like the was it the scientists? They're grabbing beings from other universes, and the scientist gets possessed by a demonic being, like a monster. Now I'm somebody else. It's like, what the fuck? I've talked about that before in the past, but if you need any awakening, that Ghostbusters has stuff, you know, and so on, and so on. Yeah, the Matrix is an interest. Yeah, that goes by the AI point of view, I guess. Well, at least that. I would say it's like a cover up for how things are done here. Like that's one perspective, but there are demonic, like I say, demonic beings that do that. They just take over people. And does that person ever come back? Sometimes, but not always. Like my own, my own mother. I feel like she's not even my mother. To be honest with you, like ever. I feel like she was before I was born. I feel like there was a different person there, and then when I was conceived, even before that, it was like something else is coming in because they knew I was coming, and the story of why I continued with that is a whole nother story. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know, but you kind of have to go through these gatekeepers to get here. It's kind of messed. I mean, you learn from them too, but they're trying to destroy it at the same time. It's messed up. Even my uncle, the same thing. It's like I'm just around freaking, pieces of shit, basically. Raised by scum, basically. Of course, they come off as friendly. I describe it the best, like my mother's energy, because I usually don't talk about this stuff here. It's like the term in Terminator 2 when the Terminator is talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger on the phone. It's like the nice, friendly mother, and then like she's like has like a like her arm's a sword or whatever it is into the guy's face. That's what I grew up with. Like she's really nice and kind, and then it's like, okay, Psycho just showed up. So it's kind of fucked up. That's why she plays a nice role, but I noticed that it's just not. It's disgusting. It's like you have apple pie, but it's like full of arsenic or shit. Is it arsenic? It's something like whatever that kills you. Yeah. So I don't know why I get that. I don't know where apple pie comes from. It just pops in. It's like I don't eat that crap, but. Something about that where it looks nice on the outside and it's just there to freaking murder your ass. Like a suicide pill or something like that. Or just whatever. So, so this makes this so, here's another scenario. I'm going to be super cryptic because I have to. Such as, worded. So you have like this normal family, and then you have kids, like two kids, two. Anyway, like the son gets hijacked by a spiritual being here to manipulate society, like create a podcast or something or whatever, and. When that thing comes in, the mother dies. It's like she couldn't protect her kid, and it get taken out. And of course, the entity that's there now, is all worried and all crying, and maybe there is some emotion there. It could be, but now the creature is here to manipulate this shit out, and they'll use that to manipulate people too, but get into a high relevance within the spiritual community and manipulate the shit out of it. New generation. See, they haven't made a movie about this stuff. And I'm not sure if anybody would believe it anyway if they did. Yeah, this is, so we're living in, just this, we're not, obviously, I mean, we talked about this stuff in the past, here and there, little pieces of it. I've just been seeing it more and more recently. It's like, jeez. But the other thing, yeah, the soul, like people that die, die off for no reason, just like that. Not my boss. It's a whole different story. It's like, you gotta get the hell out of here. I'm fucking done with you. The people who got you've been here for like forever, like a dinosaur. It's like you might live to 100. That's great, but you're not. I guess you can live to if you live to 100. To give you some, not that anyone wants to live that long, but if you're like a nightmare to everybody, I'm not sure. I guess you could live a long time. It all depends, I guess. If like you're hopeful, but then you're not, I guess that can work. But if you're like constantly stopping everybody, I don't know how that works exactly because I'm not the ruler of everything. I don't know. Just some allowed to do it and some aren't. I don't know. It's a whole another story. Anyway, it's like it's designed a certain way for everybody. It's different. It's when you look at how all this is put together on a higher level, it all makes sense. When we're living it, nothing makes a damn bit of sense. So like some people with success, it's like how they write a book about success and nobody can duplicate it because they don't know how the hell they did because that was written in their contract and all that. And so, yeah, whatever. They're just meant to be there. As long as they put effort into it, they can get somewhere. Whatever, something like that. But yeah, and for those that are out there, yeah. So in your path, I imagine many have had detractors, beings that just come into their life. What's hardest is if you have a kid that is not your kid anymore. That's kind of messed up. That's very much. I mean, one thing you have relatives, that's true, but when you have your own child, that's like now some other thing. That sucks. Or things, creatures. That's a hard one because it's just as long as you're strong enough to get away from or whatever that goes on with that, because that's your blood and all that, and you feel like there was somebody different. No, it's like a whole, and then sometimes it can still create a relationship there. Like the darker one needs the healing, or it depends. If the darker one is just there to sabotage and cause chaos and destroy everybody, yeah. Great, we got plenty of those here. It'd be nice to be able to see these things instead of just, see their stealth, so you can't really, this makes it so complicated. And they haven't made a movie about this stuff, sort of, but not really. Even if they did, I don't think people would pick up on it. Yeah, because if it's too messed up, nobody would believe it anyway. But eventually, more of this will come out. And you can talk about secret space programs, so your head turns blue, but none of that matter. I mean, I guess there's some of that there, but that can get kind of out of here. That's another psyop anyway. Just another entertainment, mind manipulation. All right, that's how to come with private sessions. Schedule it. Have a shop here, maybe. So anyway, yeah, it gets very exhausting. So anyway, okay. I'm not going to channel Agent Smith. I don't think so. I guess you can do it on a neutral level. Well, I do feel like they're so. I mean, the Smiths, yeah, in Matrix, similar to Men in Black. I think there's a lot of similarities. Let's put it that way. I would say even those that say they saw UFOs and all that, some of those are Men in Black beings that took over those people. And sometimes they put a lot of crazy into it to get you to turn you off. Which, it starts to, and then you think like Bob Lazar and all that. It's like, who the fuck knows about that? You never know what's interfered with. I mean, I don't know. Well, there are good guys here for sure. And obviously the bad guys, it's just a tug of war back and forth. So anyway, but the souls that which is weird because the ones that get kicked out of their body, And you might find another incarnation here. I'm not sure. I guess that's yeah. How did you like get kicked out? Now you're adult, and then you get kicked out of your body. Now you're a kid. How that works is yeah, or a joining of another soul that's in another body. I don't know how that works, but it's like they're getting attacked and they can't take it. They go jump where they won't be messed with. It's so messed up. Anyway, yeah, it's I'll let that kind of sit for a while and see where else that goes. It's kind of a complicated, yeah, it's very intense when you think about it. So, of course, this good part of the spiritual community just wants to be entertained, and that's about it. But they know everything, and then you have spiritual teachers. They're on this power trip, and a lot of them are. The downside about spiritual work is that it's like the housing of I don't know, let me get to the word of arrogance of I don't even let me connect to it because there's it's true. Parasitic. They knew I was going to say something about that. It's like the home of narcissism. It's one of them at least. Jeez, it's like they walk around with it like on their collar. Not everybody, but you can see it. It's like, jeez, the 1%ers and all that nonsense. God, give me a freaking break. It's like let me just have a nightmare. Just I think like you got away from high school, and now here it is again. It's like God, the nightmare just doesn't stop, does it? It's like church and high school all over again. It's like, God, let's just take us out of our misery. There's got to be a universe where neither one of those exists. Yeah. Well, it's all programmed, so it makes sense. It's all just keep you shut down. So, anyway, yeah, the SSP stuff and it's all its glory. You could say, yeah, this is a galactic war for sure, but like I say, if you're talking about this stuff publicly to some level, and it's like you have this secret, whatever, it's probably not that. I don't know. Is it all that secret? Probably not. Especially if you have a conference that says secret space programming. Come on, man. Really? So, some are projects, some are a psyop. It's a walking, talking psyop. Just people aren't seeing it. Like if you have a red devil walking, or a human that looks like a devil, but people aren't picking that up. It's like, and some of them are spiritual channelers and all that. It's like, whatever. So anyway, all right, we're going to soul hijacking energy connected to the astral realms, to a neutral connection, and just get a different perspective of that. And definitely feel but they just don't want you to win, obviously. Whatever just your path, help others, break out of the mind control and so on, not be a paranoid psychopath, not be a paranoid narcissist, spiritual psycho that's telling everybody they're positive when they really aren't. So much fucking trickery. Anyway, it's just really just tires you out, actually. So, all right, we're going to an astral connection, and all right, blessings. Greets you. We have this astral, neutral perspective. One moment. Soul hijacking frequencies. Yes, of course. The buffet of manipulation. It's some of the Syrians. There's it's not just your Orion or the Syrians. There are beings here that you can say they alien groups. You can say they're angels, whatever you want them to identify. I mean, everyone has their own perspective, but it's like a religion to control society. Like they do it religiously. So the aliens themselves have been manipulated, as you can see, to do this. To get higher power, whatever it might be. Yes, you manipulate society, they don't know what they're doing, be their parent, be their guardian, will give you riches, and so on. Something around those lines. And these are fourth dimensional beings. And that's why they're so dedicated to doing it. And then those of you that have a rebellious nature, there's two different types of rebels. There's the rebels that are true rebels, and the rebels that are just saying they're rebels, but actually part of the system. To go, yeah, we're so controversial. We talk about all these spiritual topics, and they are actually, the manipulators right in your face, as you have seen that on and on. So it's in religions and so on. Here, yes, I tell you, they're giving you the truth and all of that, and it's true. They're just keeping you in the system, basically. Yes, they use looks to do that, also, of course, to keep you hypnotized in the system. Oh, you're on the right track. You know higher dimensional knowledge. You're on your way, and in truth, you're just in a bubble. Like you're on a tricycle that's not going anywhere. And so on. Yeah, just going around in circles. And sometimes when you get older, you might see it. And once again, you might see little details. It's like, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. But you just keep going. It's like being in a bad relationship. Or like you're being cheated on. Let's put it that way. So that's a little bit strange inconsistency there. And then it happens again and again. And you still keep going on. Then 30 years later, I've been cheated on this whole time. Same thing with being manipulated by his spiritual, demonic beings or galactics that, and once again, the galactics that are doing this feel like they're doing the right thing. They know better than you. They might even just be challenged and say the same thing. You're on your path and give you a bunch of whatever they have for you. So this is why it's so difficult to break free of all this, because you feel the intentions from the galactic beings that are not exactly well mentally, and yes, there are others trying to help you along the way, but they know how to sugar and spice your reality. They know how to bring you attraction, to keep you going, at least for some time. And of course, when you break free of it, that's when you get attacks, retaliation. They just can't stand you, or the devil, and so on. So, it's just you incarnate here. Yes, your enemies quickly find you, and a lot of them are fourth dimensional beings. And why they do this also, they want you to love them and whatever it might be too, or they just despise you because you're not in love with them. Whatever it is, it goes on and on. So, and some of you are experiencing this, especially females. It might feel like they have sometimes alien lovers, which is true, but some of them might be a little bit aggressive. Then again, you might be also very aggressive there too. So they're just showing you how aggressive you are. Here you might be Pippi Longstocking here in this reality. In the fourth dimension, you're something else. A bit more radical, you could say, or whatever it might be. Dodgy is the word it comes again, but either way. Yes, we'll leave that. We'll leave that for your connection there, with your imagination. As for Agent Smith frequencies, yes, there's a lot. You can say those that incarnate. Yeah, they just now. Why is the soul? Why does the soul allow an entity to push them out? First, it's like a bully, basically. The beings that do this are just bullies, and it's like if you don't, it's like extortion. It's like they come to your business, and you have to give them something. It's kind of like that, or they're going to burn you. They're going to cause you difficulty until you get out of your body. Doesn't mean they won't back off if you fight them, but they can cause you difficulties, whatever it might be. Not to put any negative energy out there, but we'll just let you kind of, No, a lot of times it's just threats, but there's a lot of souls that just they're already kind of in their own trauma. They're not strong enough to fight. So yes, the soul can get kicked out of their body, and now you have a psychopath there that's just childish, arrogant, and just out of its mind, just like, and it looks at you like you're the devil. Like, I don't think so. And that soul they kicked out, they're kind of haunting that one too. Like, that has their own demons. Like, she's ours or he's ours or whatever. But doesn't mean that that one can't fight. It's just now why they don't fight is could be a million different things. A lot of times they're just not strong enough to do it. They don't feel like they can handle it, and it's just because they didn't see it coming. This still doesn't mean they just don't. Some would rather just run. Let's put it that way. And those that die instantly, that's another controversial. Social media won't care much for it. Voice those that are part of censorship. Of course, once again, here, social media is part of all the censorship. Obviously, there is, sometimes you might take them off that are running the show here. And sometimes they're four-dimensional beings, and they influence, somebody that's running your social media thing. Hey, just get rid of that person. Just go do it. It's like, you don't know why, I don't care, just do it. It depends on what person they can control, how weak they are. To give you some understanding of that. Yes. Makes you not want to be around heavy machinery. If you're controversial and around heavy machinery, you might want to be careful of that. They might be coming chasing you down the road one day. Hopefully not. But yes, all of this is happening here. It's slowly coming out, you can say. But yes, most won't believe. Most won't go through it either. So just those that are ready, it's hard. It's sometimes hard to take in. But especially look at loved ones. That person is just difficult. Not realizing there might be some other you can have a family member that's just there to very loving but also manipulative. It's like you're under this spell. You're like in the Matrix, and you're just Aunt Bertha or whoever, and she's like the nicest to you. But as soon as you go against her belief system, it's like, whoa, that's a whole other person there. But as long as you do what she says, everything's fine. That's another way to see how the demonic realms work, and of course the galactic beings and so on. They have agendas here. See, that's part of the game, you could say. It's like to keep you they have all of these people under their influence, and many of you are just, I don't think so, and just say no to all of it. And obviously your life doesn't exactly go the way you want it to either. Because they just don't want to. It's like first you're on a road that's nice and smooth, and now it's all rocky and falling apart. Doesn't mean you still can't get what you're looking for. To some level, but in life, the direction you're going, it's a higher dimension. It's what they call to manifest. You're manifesting. It's you can manifest good vibrations, but as for manifesting exactly what you want, there is already rules in place and everything. Like you already have your path set up, technically, and you can manifest that. But in your human mind, yes, it could be the opposite of what you're looking for. Yeah, it's a whole nother story on that one. That kind of reveals a lot of how this all works. Sometimes it's better not to know where you're going. Just look in one direction. Now as long as you're fine, that's what matters. But because you kind of throw people off your trail too. Let's put it that way. So.